Hi, welcome to Don's Manufactory. I've put myself in a time crunch again, so let's get at it. I finally got that clip back in the wipers. Boy, it turned out to be quite a chore. I ended up putting some rubber washers, made some rubber washers out of inner tube so that I could sort of shim the grommets on the wiper motor to tighten it up so it wasn't so loose and clunky in there. So now the only clunks I have are the ones from the play and the linkage and stuff. But, you know, unless I want to buy a new motor and all new stuff, and who knows if that would actually get rid of the clunks anyway. That's been clunking ever since I can remember. Did I film any of that? Oh, heavens no! Up under the dash contorting myself, you know, to get the to get that stuff in there? I don't think so. Anyway, so that's fixed. I'm gearing up for Saturday. Hopefully I can make it to Woodburn dragstrip. And it's just a test and tune day, so it runs from 10 to 4. So I'm going to see how many passes I can get in with Betsy. I got some practicing to do. I'm still having trouble shifting. I'm used to an organic clutch, and this is a Kevlar, so it acts a little different. It's a little more severe on the engage. Although, it's really smooth to drive, so, but when you sidestep the clutch, it really hits. So, there's a little bit of stuff I got to do to get ready. You know, I've got the fresh oil and all the Boss 3 stuff. Wow, get your tongue going, Don. All the Boss 302 stuff in there. Hopefully I won't break anything. But hey, that lets me work on my car again. Yay! Okay, I decided to replace the plugs after, well, quite a while. These plugs have been in the car since my daughter Desiree and I went drag racing down at Woodburn back in 2001. I was pretty sure I put in a new set then. Anyway, you can see how tough they are. They actually came out hard, so it's a good thing I'm changing them, or at least getting them out. They were carboned in pretty good and came out really tight, but no problems with the threads or anything. Nothing broke. But you can see how good those look. I mean, these mixture looks good. No oil consumption buildup on them. I mean, it looks really good. I'll be gapping these and putting them in, but I just thought I'd mention that one of the things I do for installing spark plugs is I keep this boot around that I've had. It came off a GM, I think a little 2-liter GM, and out of a Cavalier or something. Anyway, this gives me a really good way to start the plugs. Makes them just effortless, and if you try cross-threading them, they just slip, so you can't get them in there wrong. Hi, welcome to Don's Manufactory. We're having gorgeous weather in Oregon for the next couple of days, so you know, I think I'm going to go hit the test and tune at Woodburn dragstrip tomorrow. And with that in mind, I've been working on the car like crazy, trying to just make sure everything is okay. So last night I gave it a bath, and I have to say Betsy's looking pretty good, all washed up. It's kind of funny, I went to pull the car in after giving it a bath, and this, yeah, welcome to my seat. It broke. Can you imagine if that would have happened in the middle of a run with the drag strip? Sheesh. Totally did not expect it. It broke the little pin off that the seat pivots on. Maybe my big self has something to do with that. Anyway, so that's today's project. This is Friday. Tomorrow is the drags. My brother has consented to come out and be cameraman for me. So maybe we'll get some decent shots of Betsy. I may do a couple of runs with that camera on my head. We'll see if it gets in my way. Boy, just the thought of having that seat fold back on me at any time I've been driving it for the last, 1,500 miles. That's today's, here, let's get up here where it looks really cool. That's today's project. Let's get the seat done. Okay, this shows it a little better. You can see just the tip of that arm of the frame right there. See, it just busted right off. When I weld this up, I will look at a way of reinforcing that tip. And, I'll check these rear braces kind of fold up too sometimes, and even these braces. But, every time I've reupholstered these things, I've welded and reinforced. But, moments of fatigue keep showing up. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is get all the upholstery peeled back in this corner, which means I got to get rid of the hog rings and the track. I have reupholstered these seats, or had to tear them apart to fix them so many times that all of this procedure is pretty easy these days. Well, that's not a part that I've had to reinforce. I've had to reinforce this, and the same thing on the other side, because they were always breaking along here. A little bit of wear on it too. I think what I'm going to do, rather than trying to weld that, I'm going to make a new piece. I think that is the way to do it. Grind that piece off completely. Make a whole new piece that's maybe got a little more shape to it. Here I'm just dimensionalizing everything to make sure that I get the bracket back in the same place. And I make it, the right dimensions and everything so it works. That's kind of the way I roll. I have to over-plan everything. Oh, it makes me look so studious. See, so it'll be kind of shaped like this. The pin will be right here. So I'll have a little extra meat around this edge here, and this edge here will curve back. So the pin, looking at it this way, the pin would come through, all the way through, like so. And then it's welded here and welded there. And the hole is straight up and down, isn't it? Okay. So then the hole is drilled through right here. So looking at it from here, the hole would be right there. Anyway, that's what I got in mind. Now for the bracket design. I decided to use an old GM brake pin, so it's a grade 8, as my new pin. There it is. It's a little longer than it needs to be, but that'll allow me to adjust and machine and weld on the backside and all of that. I'm working on the bracket part, and I drilled it one size smaller than it needs to be. And you can see how much extra meat I put over the top. Of course, I'll round this off so it doesn't snag the upholstery, but see, before, almost no margin over the top of the pin, and now it's going to have a considerable margin over the pin. I'm not exactly sure where I'll end up with that, but it's going to be a lot stronger over the top. The old bracket all cleaned off, and I've made the new one, and now I'll just weld it here on the back. I have to weld it on right there. So it's got the curl. Now I may take this down just a little bit, but I kind of wanted to see how much of it I could leave there so that to give it as much support as possible. Okay, new part is welded in. I'll grind this a little smooth so it doesn't snag the upholstery. And I ended up going ahead and doing some silver soldering around there just to make sure that this pin is really well supported. And I even got some weld in on the back of the pin down to the tube. So it's kind of triangulated. So it'll make it just a whole lot stronger than it used to be. Okay, I spared you that. Definitely smaller than the hog rings, but I'm going to just give it a try. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think it's good enough. But there was really no time to order anything in. I mean, the seat broke last night. Sorry, battery died, so you missed some of that. I was just putting the screws and the trim back on the seat. I don't know where it stopped at, but what the hey. I just shot a little number 90 adhesive under there because this thing is starting to come loose, just to see if I could get it to stick. See, the seat looks real square, straight up and down. So it's not going to be, the back is going to be leaning one way or the other. So at least I got the pin in the right spot. So you guys don't need to see me do that. You know, seat going in, you just drop it in the holes and put the bolts in. Now I know you guys out there on the internet caught this, but yep, I didn't put the helper spring on the seat. So now I get to take it out of the car again and put this in. She's fixed. Yay. She's a little stiffer now because everything is resized. But should be good to go. Well, jumping off the freeway here, on my way to the Woodburn drag strip. Well, now I'll just stay right here. I do expect this TKX to get quieter someday. Which way? Newburgh Highway? I guess. I don't know. Get out my mapping and see. There it is.
I guess nothing really to look at other than just kind of point.
That's, and it's wide angle, so it's
Catching a lot.
and here we are.
The brothers.
We're still running the Pro Sportsman class in 6, 7, and 8, and then we're going to move over, when we're done with that, to Super Pro 4 and 5 motorcycles. You guys will be heading over to the lanes here in a little bit, and then the juniors, you guys can come in behind them. If you are licensing, head over to lane 1, and if you want a Pro tree, you can go in 2 and 3. So we'll be heading through these guys here. So next up is going to be Super Pro in 4 and 5. So you guys be on standby there. Then we'll probably go to the Pro Tree 2 and 3. And then we'll head to the bikes. Or if you guys are already over there, we'll run.
Wow. It's terrible. You don't. Wheel hog. Thank you, sir.
Here are the time slips in order. Circled are the best times of the day. Well, Betsy is definitely off the pace. She's about half a second and 8 miles an hour slow. Mostly my fault.